In a world where humans and creatures coexist, 12-year-old Caleb had a unique best friend, a talking ant named Brian. Caleb discovered Brian one summer day while exploring the backyard, and they had been inseparable ever since. Caleb and Brian lived in a small town called Green Valley, where everyone knew each other. The town was filled with friendly neighbors, beautiful gardens, and a sense of community. But despite the picturesque surroundings, Caleb and Brian often found themselves in the middle of hilarious adventures. One sunny afternoon, Caleb and Brian sat under a shady tree, brainstorming ways to raise money for their secret crime-fighting organization. Caleb, being a huge fan of stand-up comedy, suggested they try their hand at making people laugh. Excited about the idea, Caleb and Brian began writing jokes. They practiced their routines in front of the mirror, perfecting their timing and delivery. Caleb's friends, Lily and Max, agreed to be their audience for the grand debut. On the night of their performance, Caleb and Brian nervously took the stage at the local community center. The crowd consisted of humans and creatures from all walks of life, eager to be entertained. Caleb started with a joke about a snail who wanted to race a cheetah. The crowd chuckled, but Brian, eager to impress, added his own punchline. The audience erupted in laughter. Caleb and Brian were thrilled. But just as they were gaining confidence, a group of alien fans arrived. These aliens had a unique sense of humor, and their laughter was loud and boisterous. As Caleb and Brian continued their routine, the aliens started heckling them. Caleb felt his confidence waver, but Brian, being the brave ant he was, whispered to Caleb, "Let's use our powers to show off our comedic chops." Caleb nodded and, with a flick of his wrist, made a glass of water float in midair. Brian, using his tiny ant strength, balanced a spoon on his head. The crowd gasped in amazement, forgetting all about the heckling aliens. The aliens, impressed by Caleb and Brian's powers, joined in the laughter. They even added their own intergalactic jokes, making the audience roar with amusement. Caleb and Brian continued their routine, blending their powers and comedy seamlessly. They ended the night with a standing ovation, their pockets filled with generous donations for their crime-fighting organization. As Caleb and Brian walked home, they couldn't stop laughing about their hilarious adventure. They realized that sometimes, even superheroes need a little humor to save the day. From that day forward, Caleb and Brian performed their stand-up routine at various events, bringing joy and laughter to their town. Their friendship grew stronger, and their crime-fighting organization thrived, all thanks to the power of comedy. In the end, Caleb and Brian discovered that laughter truly was the best superpower. And together, they proved that even the smallest heroes could make the biggest impact.